Alright, welcome to video 2 of the Fast Start Workshop. Let's talk about things business owners hate. Number 1, being an advertising victim. Okay, we hate being an advertising victim because really we hate wasting money, right? Not knowing exactly what to do and where specifically to advertise. Listening to ad media salespeople try to convince us that this is the place that we need to advertise, when really, in fact, their biggest argument is because your competitors are here. But that's not the best argument. The real argument should be, are my customers reading, watching, or listening in this media? All right, that's a big frustration. Okay, worrying and not knowing where the next customer or sale is coming from. Being beat up by big chains and discounters. Now, this is a big problem for a lot of people when, like, the Walmarts come to town, or Home Depot, or any major chain, right? A lot of retailers and restaurants or whatever, they close down because they're like, we can't compete with price. They give up before they even try. And that's ridiculous, you know, because people don't always buy on price, okay? There are lots of other reasons, personal reasons, why people buy. And it's your job to figure out what that is, okay? Being commoditized. You know, Dan has a great saying. He says, the last thing you ever want to be compared to is just another blank. So if you're a salesperson, the last thing you ever want to be compared to is just another salesperson. If you own a restaurant, right, you want to differentiate yourself. You want to say, I'm different, and here are all the reasons why, okay? You don't want to be compared to another person in your industry or another business in your industry, okay? Reinventing the wheel. Most business owners try to do it all on their own, and you don't have to. We're going to talk about one of the observations of most business owners when they start their business. But you know your skill or trade, but when you came into business, you didn't really know how to market yourself. And there are systems in place that have been created before you. And basically, we're going to show you what those are in this presentation, okay? Things sales professionals hate. Okay, if you're in sales, we're all in sales, but if you're a salesperson, here's some things I'm pretty sure you hate, right? Cold call grunt work. Oh my God. There's nothing worse than going and knocking on the door of a business for people who weren't expecting you, and they're backing up faster than you're moving toward them. But, you know, the number one thing to say is, I'm sorry, we don't have time, or I'm not available, or we don't need that right now, or whatever. You know, it's just bad. I used to work for a manufacturing company as a salesperson. They required us to see 13 people per day. And pretty much on a given day, it was 13 people who didn't want to see me. That was frustrating. Wasting time with prospects who cannot buy or will not buy. Have you ever wasted a half an hour or an hour of your time only to find out that the person you were presenting to said, I'm not going to buy, I don't have any money, or I just want to find out what you did, or something like that. Big waste of time. And it's my fault. You know, it happened to me many times. It's my own fault for not qualifying them up front. Anyway, price resistance and objections, okay? Again, we talked about it, about the Walmart syndrome, basically, but, you know, when people don't understand the value of something, of what they're really getting, they will always go for lowest price. It's just the way it is. But, you know, one of the things we hate too is what other objections commonly occur in a sale. I need to think it over, or it costs too much, or, you know, my brother does this work too, I think I should buy from him, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, rejection. Salespeople hate rejection. And really, rejection is not rejection. We don't say they're rejecting me, but what it feels like is a feeling of failure. You know, it's like, what am I doing wrong that these people won't buy from me, right? But it's a big thing with salespeople, and I know it, and I've felt it. So the good news is, with all these things that business people and sales professionals hate, is Dan's strategies overcome these, okay? So stay tuned on video 3, and we'll share some more on how you can make your marketing work for you.